Hello, and welcome back to Sarah's Joyful Journey. I'm Sarah Joy. I'm so excited that you have chosen to take an opportunity and to watch this video. I do want to start out just by giving a little bit of brief information about who I am and what my purpose and my goal is. So, as I said, I am Sarah Joy. I am a student in health psychology. I just started on my master's degree, and I also hold a bachelor's of science in psychology. So, psychology and health psychology are a passion of mine, and I am passionate about changing my own health and using the principles and techniques that I am learning about to help others change their health. What I am not a doctor, a nurse, or any type of medical professional. This is for information purposes only. It's designed to help you to think, to maybe learn how to apply some of these principles and theories to your life to help improve your health. It's not an end-all be-all. There is many different ways to do this, but I did want to start out by saying that, this is basically just designed to help you think. So when I thought about doing this series and I reached out and got some feedback from you as viewers, I was originally going to talk in just 2 videos. But the more that I thought about it, the more that I realized that this needs to be an ongoing series. I don't know how many videos it's going to be in the series. I don't know how often I will get the chance to sit down and do them, but I am going to do my best as I balance my busy schedule between work, full-time. I'm a full-time student as well. But I know that it's important to get this information out there. I just feel that it's very important that this subject, it gets covered, and it gets covered from my unique perspective as a person who has struggled for many, 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 many years. We're talking decades at this point with their health. And I have worked really hard to lose and maintain 100 pounds. I'm still not to my goal, but I've made progress and I'm learning and growing, and I want to share that with you and hopefully inspire you guys as well. I do have my notes that I will be referring to just to help keep me on track, because honestly, I'm a little nervous about sharing this content, but that also tells me that it is important to share. So we're going to just go ahead and get started. So what I want to cover in this video is what is health behavior, and then some terminology so that when I release the next video, you'll have an understanding. So you'll definitely start with this one and hopefully progress through this series and learn and grow and help change your behavior right along with me. So health behavior is our actions. It's can be done at an individual level, but as a group level, but also on a community level. So they're going to have those 3 levels. What we're mostly focusing on here is at an individual level, possibly as a group level if you're wanting to work on this as a family. But seeing as how I'm applying these principles to my life, it's mostly going to be from that individual perspective on how we're doing this. All right. So health behaviors include our observable behaviors. So like what we actually do, our actions, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions all play into how we behave and how we think and act and things like that. So it's a broad category. Like I said, it's going to include what we believe, our expectations that we have for ourselves and others are all going to shape our behavior and influence us. It's going to be our motives. What motivates us to act the way that we act, or to decide to change the way we act and adopt new, what we feel is healthy behaviors. At least that's our goal anyway, correct? It's going to incorporate our personalities because we are unique individuals. We may have similarities and we're more alike than we're not, yet we all have our own personalities, and those personalities are going to affect our behaviors and how we change our behaviors and things like that. Another thing that is going to apply is going to be our habits. Um, our patterns of behavior. Like a pattern of a behavior is every day when you come home from work, the first thing you do is take off your shoes and you get a drink. Let's say that's a glass of water. That would be a pattern of behavior. You do it every single day and you do it in that particular order. Or if you wake up in the morning, you shut off your alarm, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you brush your teeth, you get showered, whatever that particular routine is, that is a pattern. And that we can use our health behaviors to restore our health, improve our health, or maintain our health. So those are going to be some categories that we can be looking for. You know, what are our goals? Are we wanting to improve our health? Are we wanting to restore our health? Or are we wanting to maintain our health? I am in the process of restoring/improving. Those two are going to be very, very close. I have made lots of improvements toward my behavior, but I don't feel that I have fully restored my health. But I'm in the progress of it. Eventually, I want to be to the point where I'm just maintaining my health. So those are, you got to assess what stage you're at, what is your overall goal. So as I mentioned, our health is going to pretty much fall into three categories, and these are a continuum. So we're constantly flowing between these three categories. These three categories are preventable health behaviors. So we're trying to prevent disease from happening. So think of like you drink water because you don't want to be dehydrated. You're trying to prevent dehydration. Now, I get that that is an oversimplified example, but I want to keep this as simple as possible so that it's easy to understand and easy to digest. The second category is going to be, this is where we are our illness behaviors. So this is where we are feeling sick, where we suspect that something is going wrong. So we're going to seek help and seek treatment, seek a diagnosis, not treatment. So for me, this was for many, many years ago, before I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. I knew something wasn't right and I wasn't feeling my best, but I didn't know what was going on. So I sought help from my medical team and wanted to know, hey, these are my symptoms. This is what's going on. There's something that's not right here. Please help me and tell me what's going on. And that's when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, which brings us to our third category, which is sick role behavior. So this is where we're seeking medical treatment. This is where the medical professionals are saying, oh, now we know that you have type 2 diabetes. Here's what you need to do. You need to be exercising. You need to take this medication, whatever that may be. That was the course of treatment for me. And it also triggered for me a time where I wanted to start learning about what health truly is. And I had no idea how big of a journey I was launching myself onto during that time. But I've learned a lot over the past 10, 15 years about what is health, how to achieve health. And honestly, I don't think that there's one right or wrong way per se. I do think that our health as it is promoted through the standard American diet is pretty impossible to achieve. It's my personal belief. I personally believe that I want to live a low carb, proper human diet. I want to focus on foods that give me the best possible nutrition. And what I have found for me that works best for me is I eat a meat-based diet, but I still enjoy some vegetables. I don't really eat fruit. I'm not metabolically flexible enough at this point to eat fruit. Could that change in the future and I occasionally enjoy some fruit? Yes. Have I enjoyed fruit occasionally over the past several years? Yep. Sometimes I have had some berries. I know that I get a sugar spike from them. I try not to eat them, but every once in a while it is nice to enjoy some of that. So for me, my primary focus is going to be on preventative type behaviors. I want to prevent me getting ill. I want to reduce my risks, things like that. So that is my focus on what I'm working on towards improving my health. So why do you want to change health? That's a good question to ask yourself. What what drives you to want to change your health? What are some things that can be changed and helped when you start changing your health? We can look at the fact that if we improve our health, we need less medical attention. We are going to spend less money on medications. So we all know what types of behavioral risks can come with living an unhealthy lifestyle. We know because we hear about it, smoking is bad for you. Alcohol is bad for you. And that is very true. But we also know that there's a lot of dietary risks with the foods that we eat. And that's why I share my journey and how I am using foods to improve my health. But this also has to involve with how I change like my behaviors, because I have to look at food differently now than what I did before. Food is something I enjoy. I like to eat, but I have to think more now, like, what is the best foods to fuel my body? It's not always about what I enjoy to eat or what I desire to eat. And a lot of improving health is a very mental game. It's not just eating foods and moving more. Those are very, very important, and those are a big part of it. But ultimately, how we think about those foods and how we think about our health is how that we are going to sustain the changes that we want to make when it comes to changing our behaviors. So my focus here is going to be on dietary stuff, because that is what I'm working on. That is where I'm applying all this information to me and what is important to me, where I stand. And again, this channel is about my journey, and I'm hoping to inspire you to change your lives and your journey by giving you an example. You and I may have some commonalities and similarities, but we are not the same. What I apply to my life, you may be able to apply to your life, or it may be like something that you can use, like, oh, wow, she's doing this, I would like to try. Oh, that didn't work for me, but now I'm inspired to try something else that may work for me. I'm living out an N equals 1 experiment. That's what I'm doing. I'm working to change my life, sharing my journey to help inspire you. I'm not here to tell you how to do it, or what exactly is going to work for you. I don't know exactly what is going to work for you, but at least if I can make you stop and think, then I will feel like I have accomplished my goal with this series, is just to make you think about what's going on. Start the mental game, deal with the mental game. So one thing I think that's going to be helpful here is if we talk a little bit about theories and some terminology that you're going to hear as I go on with this series. The first one that I want to focus on is, what exactly is a theory? I know that this is going to be very watered down and very generalized, and it's a very broad concept. But I do want to know, because maybe you don't know, and this seems like a very good place to start. So a theory is a set of interrelated concepts, so that it's gives you a foundation or a structure on how to view events or situations. Theories can be used to explain and predict situations. So we can use theories to explain our behavior and to predict our behavior. So we can use theories to help us plan. We can use them to implement changes that we're going for, and we can use them to evaluate how we're doing. So we're going to cover more of that as we move forward. I could probably ramble on about health psychology for many, many, many hours. I'm trying to keep these videos as short as possible, which is why I want to do them in a series. If you liked this first video, please give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below to tell me what you thought of this video. I'd really like to know. I will see you for the next part. We're going to dive into one of the theories of health behavior in our next video. Have a wonderful and joyful day.